Hello everyone, I'm Rinku Dhiman, working as an assistant professor in electrical engineering department at RPIIT Technical and Medical Campus Karnal. So today I'm going to discuss about the reactive power. So first of all, we must understand what is reactive power. So reactive power is the power which is required for the smooth operation of our any electrical system. So without reactive power, we can't do transfer the active power. So reactive power compensation is defined as the management of reactive power to improve the performance of the system. So I already told you that to improve the system performance, or that is AC system, we have to need the reactive power management, right? So that can be achieved in two ways. The one is your load compensation, and there is the support, voltage support. So in load compensation, the main objective to perform is that increase the power factor of the system. So reactive power is basically very much responsible to improve the power factor. The good power factor means the good transfer of electricity. Then the to balance the real power drawn from the system. So the reactive power compensation is very much necessary to balance the real power we have to take from the system. Okay, then third is the compensate voltage regulation. So for better regulation, or to achieve the maximum voltage regulation or high efficiency, we have to compensate the reactive power. So as much as reactive power should be very much waste over there instead of our like the active power. Then to eliminate the current harmonic, so reactive power compensation is very much necessary to remove the our harmonic content, that is first harmonic, third harmonic, third and fifth harmonic is very much high in the unstable power systems or during the transmission of the power. If we'll talk about the voltage support, the main purpose is to decrease the voltage fluctuation at a given terminal of transmission line. So due to the load variation, there is a lot of voltage fluctuation in the transmission line. So we have to decrease that thing. So that for that purpose, we have to compensate the reactive power. So for that purpose, we always use the VAR compensation techniques. That is nothing but our improve the stability of AC system by increasing the maximum active power so that can be transmitted, right? So if we'll talk about the reactive power, that is nothing but the combination of or the product of our voltage and current. So simply it is given by the formula V into I, right? So we can say that the major portion of electricity, that is established and sustained electric and magnetic field of alternating current equipment. So this is the major portion or the portion of electricity, we can say that is very much useful in during the establishment of electric and magnetic field of the current. So reactive power must be supplied to most of the magnetic equipment such as motor and transformers. For the operation of transformer, motors, or an all AC devices, we have to requirement of reactive power. So in AC transmission line, when the voltage and current are go up and down, at the same time only real power is transmitted. And when there is a time shift between the voltage and current, both active and reactive power will be transmitted, right? So if we'll talk about the example for the reactive power compensation or the use of reactive power, so we have to take an analogy for that. So here we are taking the analogy of our a horse basically pulled a boat in the bank of the canal. So you can see that reactive power is an essential aspect of the electricity system, but one that is difficult to comprehend by a layman. So the horse and boat analogy best describe the reactive aspect. So you can see over here a boat on a canal pulled by a horse. So this is our boat and that is pulled by our horse in the forward direction. So if you see over here, the boat is moving, the boat tendencies to moving straight forward, but the we can see it is pulled by a horse, right? So we will understand in further slide how this boat and a horse analogy will work as a reactive power. So in the horse and boat analogy, the horse objective is to move the boat straightly. So that is the real power. That is the actual work done by the horsepower on the boat, that the boat should be moved straight forward. But the fact is that the rope is being pulled from the flank of the horse and not straight behind it. So limit the horse capacity, deliver real work of moving straightly. So you can see over here, the boat is not moving like straightly. So we can say that the horse is pulling this toward the bank side. So the most of that will limit the capacity of our horse, because this try to move toward this one. Okay, otherwise it should be move like this straight forward. So this is the wastage of energy, we can say that, or it will limit the capacity of the horse. So therefore, the power required to keep the boat steady in the natively straightly and navigate straightly is delivered by the rudder movement. That is the reactive power. Okay, so without reactive power, there can be no transfer of real power. Likewise, without the support of rudder, the boat cannot move in a straight line. So that is the best example of our reactive power. Thank you very much. This is all about the reactive power compensation. Please stay tuned with us for more videos on the different type of reactive compensation. Please like and subscribe our channel, and for more queries, please inbox me. Thank you.